let's talk about one of our like favorite Bachelor couples that we all love so much, Tayshia and Zach, because it seems like a lot of Bachelor fans think that there is trouble in paradise. According to Screen Rant, fans have noticed the couple never posting pictures together and no longer posting videos together, and fans are also claiming that Zach and Tayshia barely like or comment on each other's posts like they used to in the past. The last time Tayshia posted Zach on her Instagram was May 7th, but she recently gave him a shout out at the MTV Movie and TV Awards when she accepted the award on behalf of Bachelor Nation for the best dating show. She accepted the award and she was like, "Thank you, Bachelor Nation. I wouldn't have met Zach." So, and that was just like a week and a half ago. And then it's been, I guess, 3 weeks since she posted an Instagram. Are fans reading too much into this, or is there trouble in paradise, Avery?
They are reading way too much into this. Like you said, she just gave him a shout out. But at the same time, in my mind, I would think if they're not posting of each other or commenting on each other's photos, that's probably because they're genuinely happy with each other. They don't have time to do that. They don't feel the need to do that. And I feel like sometimes, especially coming off these shows, like couples feel more obligated to do that. And then it really takes away from their raw, genuine connection and relationship as a whole. You know, they are a Bachelor couple, but at the end of the day, they're in real life. They're a real couple. They have real things to do, and it doesn't always need to be publicized. So I almost feel like it's healthier not to, and not to always feel obligated to do that, because social media isn't the real world that they're living in. So it's just wrong. I think people are definitely reading too far into it, and they're just looking for something. They just want something to go wrong, but I'm sure they're just smooth sailing. That's why they don't have to show it off all the time.
100%. That's so true. Just because, it might seem unsteady doesn't mean that they have to make up for it by, liking everyone's posts or each other's posts and commenting all the time. Yeah, some steady couples will do that, but it just seems like Tayshia and Zach, they're just so much more low key. And I know Zach isn't as involved on posting on Instagram and stuff like that, like how Tayshia is. And that's just the type of person he is. That's just probably the type of relationship that they have. They rather just show it to each other in real life and not have to kind of be obligated to show the whole world, because it's not really anyone else's business. As long as they love each other and are in this relationship together, that's who it should matter to. And I also just think that because a lot of the fans saw them on TV and their whole relationship flourish on TV, I feel like they are trying to see that continuation now that the show has ended, because that's the only way that we were updated on the relationship was, social media and on TV. And so now that they've kind of backed away, they just, of course, jump to conclusions that they've broken up, when that is just not the case at all. And I still think that this couple is so solid. I have never had any worries or red flags about them and together or separate, and I just think they have the best chemistry that I've seen. And I just think that, again, they're gonna go all the way to the end. That's what I'm hoping for. And it's just so hard because they were introduced to us in the public limelight, and I just hope they don't feel obligated that they have to stay in that public limelight. And I get that they have contracts and things like that, but I just feel like they're just doing their own thing. They're kind of on their own path, their own journey, and not necessarily sticking to like what Claire and Dale do and all the other couples. So they just seem to be a little bit more private, and they kind of balance each other out as well, because Zach is a little bit more private than Tayshia is, and vice versa. So overall, I just think that this isn't that deep. I think the fans are just making all this up and are just kind of digging for really nothing. So I don't really believe these rumors at all.
I mean, you definitely bring up interesting points, Hiba. Zach does not go on social media. He's not really in the public eye. He doesn't seem that he wants to pursue fame in any way, shape, or form. But I kind of read this as a lot of fans were maybe just concerned because they're really invested in #Zaysha. So maybe they were just concerned that they might not be together because they just don't post a lot. But like me personally, if I have a man, he better be commenting on all of my Instagram pictures, #hot, #you're this, that, and the other thing. But that's just me in a relationship. I expect my man to be like really hyping me up. So I get why some fans were concerned. Avery, are you the same way that I am?
Okay. Well, yeah, if it was me, I'd be like, why aren't you commenting on my pictures?
Exactly.
But Tayshia, you brought up a good point about Claire and Dale. That's an example of a couple who always has to post to reassure us that they are together, because we had doubts about them since day one, but Tayshia and Zach, we never doubted at all. So I'm sure like they don't always have to go and post and be like, we're together, or do some like fake posed stuff, you know? I just see that a lot from Claire and Dale. And it's like, we get it. You guys are good again. And it's just like,
Yeah.
that's the message I feel like
Oh,
they're
yeah.
always trying to get across.
For sure,
Very
for sure.
true.
But I also just do feel like another reason why people might be concerned is just because Tayshia is really like rising to like queen of like stardom nation, like Bachelor Nation. I mean, Tayshia is such a queen and she's such a star. I mean, anyone can see that. So, and Zach just really doesn't want to be in the public eye. And Tayshia has all of these opportunities. She was recently on the cover of Cosmopolitan. She just hosted The Bachelorette. So I do feel like I'm actually a little bit concerned about their relationship just because I feel like they have such different lifestyles. Obviously, I wish the best for them, but I'm just trying to look at it long term. I just don't know if they actually will be able to figure that out. But maybe they have it all figured out behind the scenes. We don't know. But that's just me looking from the outside in. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Tayshia, Caitlyn, and Katie, this dynamic trio on the season of The Bachelorette. I'm definitely here for the girl power. I think that they're going to be a really funny group. And that is all we have to share with you guys for now. As always, we want to hear your thoughts. So even if you missed the live, you can still tell us your thoughts. Comment below. Let us know what you guys think of everything we talked about today. Dean, Jason, Katie, Cassie, pretty much everyone. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Shared News, ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, I'm your host, Zachary Reality, and today I was joined by Avery Grooms and Hiva Berry. You guys can check out our socials down below, give us a follow, say hello, and that is all we have. So we'll see you guys next time. Bye.